All right, so hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome back once again to another MCQ class of IE and IFS. So, I am continuously taking the classes, taking the MCQs classes for Module A and Module C of the upcoming IE and IFS exams, my dear friends. Uh, and in the MCQ classes for all the subjects are being taken up by the other faculties as well. So these classes are really very important for you because only the exam oriented questions are being taken up. I hope you guys can see me properly and can hear me properly. Please give me a thumbs up so that I can quickly start the class. जल्दी से बताइए. And yes, these classes are important for the upcoming JAIIB examination for the month of November 2025. All right, so please give me a thumbs up if everything is fine, if you can see me properly and can hear me properly. And we have started the Arambha batch. The classes have already been started. So if you guys want to enroll in these classes, just go for it. All right, so let's start the class. I think everything is fine. Question number 1 is based on the globalization. And as you know, there is a topic globalization in the syllabus. So, and इस तरीके का एक question exam में आ भी चुका है. Which of the following is not one of the positive impacts of globalization on Indian economy? Globalization has provided access to global technology, improving productivity. ठीक है, yes, this is absolutely correct. This is one of the positive impacts. ठीक है, कैसे? जब globalization होता है, जब economy open up होती है. First of all, what is the meaning of globalization? Globalization means, guys, opening up of an economy. Opening up of an economy for the entire globe. Opening up of an economy for the entire globe. Now, when we talk about the opening up of an economy, we are not only talking about the economic thing. We are also talking about the cultural openness. We are also talking about the educational openness. We are also talking about the technological advancements. ठीक है? जैसे for example, we are doing the trade with any other country. So that is what globalization, right? इसराइल से हम टेक्नोलॉजी लेते हैं और उससे हम ड्रोन बनाते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट ग्लोबलाइजेशन, राइट? हमारे देश में बहुत सारे फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी के कैंपसेस हैं और हमारे आईटीज अब बहुत सारे फॉरेन कंट्रीज में ओपन हो रहे हैं. सो दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन. सो ग्लोबलाइजेशन provided the access to global technology and of course improving the productivity. Growth of service sectors like IT enabled services, BPO and tourism has led to the increase in employment opportunities. Yes. अब देखो, जब हमारे देश का सर्विस सेक्टर, हमारे देश के सर्विस सेक्टर्स की जब सर्विसेज कोई फॉरेन कंट्री लेगा, ठीक है, मान लेते हैं किसी फॉरेन कंट्री ने बोला कि हमें आपका टेलीकॉम सर्विसेज चाहिए या फिर फॉर बीपीओ सर्विसेज चाहिए, ठीक है, या फिर आईटी सर्विसेज चाहिए. तो अगर कोई एक इंडियन कंपनी किसी फॉरेन कंपनी को आईटी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कराएगी, एंड पहले वो केवल इंडिया की कंपनीज में आईटी सर्विसेज देती थी, तो अब अगर क्योंकि उसको फॉरेन कंट्रीज में सर्विसेज देनी है, तो ऑफकोर्स that company needs to expand itself, and for expansion of course it will create certain employment opportunities. So yes, there has been a growth of services sectors like IT enabled services, BPO and tourism, and obviously which has led to the increase in employment opportunity. And as you know, we opened up our economy after the 1991 economic reforms, okay, through the LPG model, which stands for liberalization, privatization and globalization. All right. There has been an increase in foreign investment after India opened up its economy in 1991. So yeah, इससे पहले 1991 से पहले इंडिया का जो पॉलिसी था, इंडिया का जो स्टांस था, वो ये था दैट वी नीड टू प्रोटेक्ट द डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्रीज एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी नीड टू कीप आवर इकोनॉमी क्लोज्ड, राइट? बट जब उस टाइम हमारे पास बहुत बड़ा फाइनेंशियल क्रंच आया, तो the leaders decided to open up the economy, and which led to an increase in the foreign investment in the country. So this is also one of the positive impacts. It has led to an increase in competition for domestic industries with the imported products. Now, this is an impact, but it is not a positive impact, because with this, what had happened is that the domestic industries had to face major issues. They had to face the competition from the imported products. For example, अगर कोई इंडियन MSME टॉय मैन्युफैक्चरर है, ठीक है, और वो कोई टॉय जो है 10 रुपए का बनाता है, लेकिन उसी समय कोई चाइनीज कंपनी आई और उसी टॉय को उसने और उससे अच्छी क्वालिटी का 5 रुपए में बेचना शुरू कर दिया. तो ये जो टॉय मैन्युफैक्चरर, टॉय एमएसएमई है इंडिया में, उसको क्या हुआ, उसको कंपटीशन फेस करना पड़ेगा विद दिस 5 रुपीज. एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉय मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी डज नॉट हैव द इनफ रिसोर्सेज कि वो कंपटीशन जो ये प्राइस है उसके साथ कॉम्पीट कर सके, ठीक है. So it is a negative impact, not a positive impact. So the right answer will be option D, because we need to identify that which of the following is not one of the positive impact. ठीक है जी, चलिए. Question number 2 is also based on globalization. Specifically, it is talking about the reverse globalization. So reverse globalization, my dear friends, occurs when countries retreat from open market policies and reintroduce trade barriers, investment restrictions and domestic market prioritization. Which of the following is not one of the reasons of reverse globalization? अब देखो क्या है कि जब ग्लोबलाइजेशन हमारे दुनिया में बढ़ने लगा तो उससे हुआ क्या कि बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ गई. ठीक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ गई, राइट. बहुत सारे कंट्रीज के जो डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्रीज थे उनके ऊपर इम्पैक्ट आ गया. ठीक है, बिकॉज दीज कंट्रीज वर नॉट एबल टू बैलेंस बिटवीन द ग्लोबलाइजेशन एंड द डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्रीज. सो उसकी वजह से उन्होंने रिवर्स ग्लोबलाइजेशन की तरफ जाना शुरू करा, वेयर दे स्टार्टेड रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग the trade by reintroducing the trade barriers. And the prime example is the tariffs which are continuously being imposed by the USA President Donald Trump. ठीक है, वो एक प्राइम एग्जांपल है रिवर्स ग्लोबलाइजेशन का. ठीक है, तो नॉट वन ऑफ द रीजंस हमें बताना है. राइजिंग अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इन डेवलप्ड इकोनॉमीज, दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजन दैट द कंपनीज आर स्विचिंग टुवर्ड्स द रिवर्स ग्लोबलाइजेशन, और वी कैन ऑल्सो कॉल इट डी ग्लोबलाइजेशन. सो डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. ऑलराइट. ट्रेड इम्बैलेंसेस एंड डिस्प्यूट्स, बिल्कुल सही बात है. पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर्स टू प्रोटेक्ट द डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्रीज, दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द रीजन. An expansion of global digital platforms enabling cross-border services. नहीं, in fact it is, my dear friends, one of the things which leads to the globalization, not de-globalization. ठीक है, जब global digital platform expand होंगे, that means we are talking about globalization. ठीक है, we are not talking about the de-globalization. So the right answer is option D. All right, I hope it is clear. Next question, the RBI Act is divided into 5 chapters. Which of the following chapters deals with the penalties? So RBI Act is divided into 5 chapters. Chapter 1 deals with the preliminary, right? Preliminary, right? And it contains basically the basic definitions. It consists of the basic definitions, right? The chapter 2 deals with the incorporation of RBI, incorporation, management and business of RBI. Right, management and business of RBI, right. Chapter 3 deals with the central banking functions. क्या क्या functions है RBI के as a central banker, central banking functions, right. Chapter 4 deals with the general provisions. Chapter 4 deals with the general provisions. And chapter 5, which is the question, the chapter 5 deals with the penalties, my dear friends. ठीक है, chapter 5 deals with the penalties. So the right answer is chapter 5, option D is the correct answer. Which section of RBI Act 1934 constitutes the Reserve Bank of India for the purposes of taking over the management of the currency from the central government and of carrying on the business of banking? So RBI under section 3 of the RBI Act of 1934 RBI is constituted under the section 3 of RBI Act 1934 for the purpose of taking over the management of the currency from the central government and of carrying on the businesses of banking. Question number 5, with respect to the local boards specified in RBI Act of 1934, you need to identify the correct statements. So local boards are specified, are mentioned in the RBI Act, and these are specified in the first schedule of the Act and shall consist of 5 members. This statement is absolutely correct. And these members are appointed by the central government for a period of not 5 years but 4 years. 4 साल के लिए इनको अपॉइंट किया जाता है, and the members are eligible for reappointment for a maximum of 2 terms. So yeah, they can hold office of local board for a maximum period of 8 years, because 2 terms का मतलब कितना हो गया, 2 एक टर्म 4 साल की होती है. ठीक है, एक टर्म 4 साल की होती है, तो 2 टर्म्स कितने साल की हो गई भाई, 8 साल की हो गई. So this is also correct. The right answer will be option C, 1 and 3 only. Okay, 1 and 3 only is the correct answer. I hope it is clear. Question number 6 is based on the insurance topic. The government of India was the regulator of insurance industry until 2000, and after that, for instituting a standalone apex body, IRDAI was established in 2000. In the year 2000, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India was established following the recommendation of which committee report? right? Very important question. A lot of time it has been asked in your exam. So second, yes. So it is the Malhotra committee. The formation of IRDAI was recommended by Malhotra committee report. With respect to foreign trade in British India, you need to identify the incorrect statement. This question is based on the topic status of Indian economy on the eve of independence. So India was an exporter of primary products like raw silk, cotton, jute, wool, etc. And was a market. India was a market of the finished products from the British, finished products from the Britain. So what they used to do, the Britishers, they used to uh, import raw materials from India, and they used to export their finished products in the market, right? So basically they were using India as a mere exporter of raw materials and a market of their own finished products. Okay, and that is why the industrialization was not done in India in order to prevent India from performing this particular role of exporter of the primary products. Okay, so this is correct. More than half of the foreign trade was restricted to Britain, obviously, because we were the colonies of Britishers. The opening of the Suez Canal further intensified British control over India's foreign trade. All of these are correct. And more than half of foreign trade was restricted to Britain. And थोड़ा सा चाइना के साथ था, थोड़ा सा श्रीलंका के साथ था, थोड़ा सा म्यांमार के साथ भी था. ठीक है. India's foreign trade generated a huge amount of export deficit. No, we in fact had a huge amount of export surplus, but this surplus was not used for the welfare of Indians. This surplus was used for, my dear friends, the for running the administration in the British India. Okay. So the right answer will be option D. According to budget 25-26, the credit guarantee cover for micro and small enterprises has been increased from 5 to 10 crores, as you know that, enabling additional credit of 1.5 lakh crore over 5 years. This is from the topic MSME. Okay. The exporter MSMEs will benefit from term loans up to rupees 20 crores with the enhanced guarantee cover. And the right answer therefore is option B. Moving ahead, with respect to the committees formed for PSL targets, you need to identify the incorrect statements. Gadgil committee was constituted in 1969, proposed the area approach leading to the lead bank scheme. This is absolutely correct. The Nariman committee recommended that each public sector bank should adopt certain districts as lead banks to boost the PSL. Correct. PSL was finally formalized in 1975 based on the RBI's informal study group's report. No, this is incorrect. The PSL was formalized not in 1975 but in 1972 following the RBI's informal committee group's report that was released in the year 1971. All right. And the Krishnaswamy committee recommended a 40% PSL target by 1985. This is correct. So the right answer will be option C. And the last question for today, very important. Which of the following is not one of the categories under priority sector lending? So priority sector lending has 8 categories. Agriculture, MSME, social infrastructure, education, export credit, housing, ठीक है, renewable energy and others. ये 5 ही हो गए और 3 आपको ऑलरेडी ऑप्शन में मेंशन है. Small corporate houses of course is not one of the options. ठीक है, is not one of the categories under priority sector lending. Okay. All right, my dear friends, that's it for today's class. I hope all the questions and their explanations are clear. If you have any doubt, you can just ask us on this Telegram group where you will also be getting the PDFs. And we have started the Arambha batch. If you want to enroll in this particular batch, you can just use the coupon code Manish to get the extra discounts. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you very much for being with me. Goodbye, take care, and God bless.